I'm Charlie from Automated Weapon Security, and this video is to show how to install our SL38 gun locker in a 2011 or newer Dodge Charger. First step is to remove this carpeting from underneath the package tray. There's a few plastic fasteners and there's some magnets at the back. You won't need this again, so you can set this somewhere for storage. Alright, just behind the rear seat you'll find this large hole on the passenger side and this large hole on the driver's side. What I've done is I've measured in between 5/8 and 3/4 of an inch, and I've drilled a 9/16 hole with a step drill. I always use step drills so we don't go in too far. I've done the same thing on the other side. And then we take these Aveco body clips, which the part number is 10055, and you slip these in and snap them into the hole on both sides, and that's your anchor for the forward part of the unistrut. And the next step is to run a pair of wires. I like to use black and red and use the black for the ground. I run them right in the wireway and then up under the side panel. And I've got this in a piece of wire loom and run it up to the top. You can use these either for power and ground if you keep the remote down underneath, or you can put the remote on top of the box and run these up to power everything. Okay, now near the trunk opening there's a formed channel, and you can see it has openings in here where you can reach in to put your nut. I've measured 13.5 inches from the center hole and drilled a hole over here, 7/16 hole big enough for a 3/8 bolt. And I measured from the center to the driver's side, same thing, 13.5 inches, and I drilled a hole big enough for a 3/8 bolt, which is 7/16. And these are where we're going to mount the back end of the strut channel. Okay, for this particular application we're using this bracket which lowers the box 1.5 inches because we're mounting an electronics tray on top of it, but you can mount it without that and just bolt the unistrut directly up to the bolt holes you just drilled. You can see the unistrut here is cut at 20 inches. And I'm going to bolt this in just a minute. Okay, I'm going to bolt the strut channel in on the passenger side. I use washers, lock washers on everything. Okay, the same thing on the driver's side. Okay, once your wire is run and your unit struts are mounted very securely, it's time to slide the box in. Okay, before you go to put the box in, when you cut the unit strut, it spreads sometimes. You want to take a pair of pliers and squeeze it so that the nuts don't fall out when you go to put it in. And that one I already did. And you just take the box, set it on here. These square nuts fit into the unit strut. You catch those. Right, and then you slide it back, catch the second set of nuts. Okay. All right. Then you're going to want to push the drawer closed. You want to move it so you're right in front of this bulge in the cardboard here. Same thing on this side. So right in front of it. Then you want to push the box over to the right because there's a cylinder in here that moves up and down that can hit the side of the box unless you push it to the right. You can check that by closing the trunk lid. And if you don't feel it hitting anything, you're in a good spot. Now you just open the box. Try not to let it move. And tighten the nuts in here right where it is. You'll be rubbing on the carpeting on the right hand side. I'll do that again. You'll be rubbing against the carpeting on the right hand side. It makes it a little stiff in the beginning, but frees up in a week or so. Once you get the too tight, you can test it. Make sure it opens and closes freely. Make sure the trunk lid closes. Alright, and that's good. Now we can just tighten the other two bolts, and it has to be wired. And you'll be done. Okay, we give you some strips of sticky back Velcro, the felt side or the carpet side, and once everything's in place, you can cover the end of the unit strut with that so there's no sharp edges. And I've already done it, but the cylinder cover in the bottom, you cover with a piece of that. Same thing on this side, so there's no sharp edges on it, and it just dresses up the installation a little bit. When you go to lay out your guns, you set your guns in here. And then the dividers we give you have Velcro on the bottom. You put those in place to hold the guns in place. They actually work pretty well. You can also put ammo or whatever in these. You see they won't move. Your guns are held in place. That's it.